Yeah, tariffs have been on my mind, but I'm going to attack it at a slightly different angle because to me, it's all about China. And I don't know if everybody saw the news today. 70 countries are now fully engaged with the president to either modify or work out a deal on tariffs, right? That's all great. Things are moving along. You're going to see things recover, the stock market and other pieces of that. This is a short-term Band-Aid we're pulling off here.
It can't recover until he announces some of these deals, don't you?
That's right.
Do you think?
He's negotiating. 70 countries have come to him and said, let's cut a deal. We're interested. We don't want to have this problem. So the good news is that's what's happening. But the reality of what really is happening here, I'm trying to peel back what the Democrats are up to and why they're up to it. What we're unwinding here is globalization. We've talked about it before on the show, but that's what we're trying to unwind. What the Democrats have basically laid a stake in the ground for is the elites and the people dependent on the government. The middle class in the middle, they've taken it down to next to nothing. This is where Trump is going. So why all the hysteria? Why this narrative that's going on? Because the Democrats don't want China, and Japan, and Europe to go along with this. They're basically saying to them, hang in there. Trump's going to cave at some point. Wait as long as you can. Make it difficult. Don't cave. This is what they're trying to have happen because that slows the entire agenda down and it keeps the global agenda in place. And that's what we're fighting against. But at the end of the day, the Europeans have come to the table. Japan came to the table today. And who's out there dialing it up a little further? And that is China. So China is the main event in this entire tariff deal. Everything else is just the opening act and a sideshow. China is the main event. Why is China the main event? Most of their market is us. This is who they sell to for the most part. They do sell to Europe and other parts of the world. We are the biggest market for them. Two, Russia and China are pals. They're buying a lot of oil from Russia. They've become essentially our biggest enemy in so many ways. So China is going to fight this tooth and nail because what happens if we win this trade war with China is disrupts the entire power structure of China. They no longer control the ball as they have economically in the world and having us dependent on all of these things. This is bigger than just tariffs. This is all about the power struggle, and Trump sees this, the power struggle with likely our number one foe in the world, which is China, who have done everything they can to undermine this country, including controlling all the products that come into our country with the great help of the Democrats and Republican politicians, too. They've enabled this entire thing to happen. So when you see all these things happening around you with all these countries coming to the table, that is all great. But watch how the Democrats are focused and who they're focused on. They're focused on Europe, China, and Japan. So we got two of those three done. The big battle is going to be China now. So I wanted to point out why this is all happening, because the gravity of all of these pieces is all about the global agenda of Europe, of the left, and of others that want to have that. And the folks that hurts the most is the middle class. So when all this comes together and there are now real jobs that the middle class can then build upon, we're making things again, we're doing all these other things that we lost because it all went overseas. This is the American dream. When people came here and talked about the American dream, they get jobs as plumbers, electricians, factory workers, supervisors. They went through the chain of command. They started working on the assembly line at Ford, and then they become managers and they become vice presidents. That's the American dream. That's what our parents and grandparents and their grandparents, that's what they did. That's what it is. It's not that it's not here anymore, and it's here in some different ways, maybe technology, but the global movement has taken the entire middle class opportunity away. So I wanted to share all those thoughts to kind of put it right succinctly where it is. And this the heart of the arrow here is China.